For classic matches, just like the World Cup videos, why not go to patreon.com/drunkredhead. It's the first pay-per-view of 2K18. It is time for What Happened on My Universe Mode pay-per-view special! I'm doing this bit during the fireworks because I forgot to do a longer bit for the first bit. It's Survivor Series, yay! And we were in Des Moines, Iowa. And the show opened with a US title match with Randy Orton challenging the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, for the title. And he was accompanied by Paul Heyman for a change. Randy Orton thought he had the best of the early exchanges, but was quickly reversed when he tried a neckbreaker. Then Brock Lesnar beat him down with several punches. Once Brock had finished punching, he started hitting the moves, fall away slam, and then a German suplex into the turnbuckle, which must have hurt. Randy quickly got the advantage back though with some strikes, and hit a reverse DDT, followed by his speciality backbreaker, and then he finally nailed that neckbreaker that he tried at the start. When he went for a DDT though, Brock Lesnar struck back with a massive knee and another punch to the face before chucking Randy Orton to the outside and taking him to Suplex City. Also while out there, Brock threw Randy Orton into the ring post before they headed back in the ring, but when they got in the ring, Randy got a bit of a second wind, smashing Brock with a quick suplex and his slam off the ropes. After that, he started methodically attacking Brock Lesnar with his Orton stomps, but instead of going for the RKO, Orton picked Brock Lesnar up and hit him with the F5, and when he went for the pin, Brock Lesnar got lucky as Paul Heyman distracted the ref. Orton went for the RKO, Brock Lesnar reversed, but when Brock Lesnar tried another attack, Orton reversed that. But then, another reversal, and Brock Lesnar took charge. He took Randy Orton down with a takedown, and then suplexed him, and then suplexed him again and again, as he took him once again to Suplex City. After that, there was only one thing left to do, and Brock Lesnar nailed Randy Orton with the F5 and covered him for the 1-2-3, and retained his US title. After the match, Brock Lesnar gave Randy Orton a bit more of a beatdown, just to make sure. Following that match, we had the Intercontinental title match, and the new champion AJ Styles, well, he was going to take on the last actual champion, Ken Shamrock, who's fallen on hard times recently and appears to be homeless. Despite falling on hard times, Ken Shamrock hasn't missed a step, and he quickly gained the advantage with a back suplex and a flying shoulder butt. But after that, after beating Styles down Ken Shamrock style, Styles was able to get the advantage back with a hip toss. AJ managed to fit in a Pele and then continued to strike Shamrock with everything he had, clotheslines and punches and kicks, whatever he could. But the trouble was, Ken Shamrock knows how to strike as well. So after he took Styles down with a Hurricane Rana and jumped on him with a Luther's press, he got beating him down, but AJ had had enough. Reversed, hit a European uppercut, and then nailed a huge powerbomb. AJ Styles hit Ken Shamrock with a knee drop and then a pump handle gutbuster before taking him into the corner and hitting a tornado DDT onto the rope, which he followed up with a blockbuster. The end was nigh for Shamrock as Styles hit him with the fireman's carry into the neckbreaker and followed that up with a phenomenal forearm. He went for the cover, got the 1-2-3 and was able to retain the Intercontinental Championship. After the match, Ken Shamrock shook AJ Styles' hand in respect and raised his hand, and then went back to being homeless. Recently, Zack, Ryder and Dolph Ziggler were feuding, but the respect was mutual between the two, and they've now formed a team and are challenging for the WWE Tag Team titles against Team Fuckboy John Cena and Roman Reigns. And unsurprisingly, John Cena took the advantage straight away, nailing Zack Ryder with a DDT and a massive punch. Zack tagged in Dolph and John Cena nailed him with a dropkick and a neckbreaker and continued to take the advantage. His mistake was to bring Zack Ryder in the ring because that gave Dolph Ziggler a chance, and he took it, nailing him with a few moves including a nasty DDT and a lovely elbow drop. Soon enough though, John Cena was in control again, although initially Dolph Ziggler reversed that first attack, but John Cena reversed again and nailed him with a Russian leg sweep and the 5-knuckle shuffle. Following that, Dolph Ziggler got the hot tag on Zack Ryder, who hit 1-2 punches, but on the third he missed and John Cena nailed him in the back. Cena tagged in Reigns and we got some double teamness before Reigns started smashing Ryder with a selection of moves. After pounding on Ryder for a bit, Reigns hit a Superman punch and took him down with a powerbomb off the top rope. After taking out Dolph Ziggler and nailing him with a spear on the outside, Reigns hit a powerbomb and then a spear onto Ryder before tagging into John Cena, who walked around with Zack Ryder for a bit on his shoulders before finally hitting the FUAA, you decide, and won the match for his team. Team Fuckboy retain the tag team titles. In the next contest, Kevin Owens was challenging for the WWE Championship against the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. This one started with Bray Wyatt nailing Kevin Owens with several punches. Owens tried to fight back but ended up getting punched some more. Wyatt was then able to hit a massive running attack and a choke suplex before Owens was able to reverse an Irish whip and get the advantage for himself, hitting Bray Wyatt with a massive chop and then choking him on the ropes. Owens worked on Bray Wyatt's arm for a little bit before hitting him with a suplex into a gutbuster. After that though, Bray Wyatt was a bit more angry and reversed, hitting a couple of clotheslines, sending Owens to the outside, where Wyatt would continue his attack, but that attack would eventually be reversed and Kevin Owens got a bit of action on the outside. Eventually Owens would throw Wyatt back into the ring, hitting him with a kick and a back suplex and then a lovely powerbomb into the turnbuckle. Wyatt wasn't done though, he reversed a punch and then hit a running crossbody and then stood in the corner and did his weird creepy bit where he crawls across the ring. And once he'd finished doing that, he hit Kevin Owens with Sister Abigail and went for the pin, but Owens kicked out at 2, which initially shocked Bray Wyatt, but then he wasn't shocked, hitting Uranagi and another Sister Abigail and pinned Kevin Owens for the win. Bray Wyatt successfully defending the WWE Championship. We had one more title match for you as The Miz was challenging The Big Show for SmackDown's big gold belt, the World Heavyweight title. And it was a Falls Count Anywhere match, and The Miz took immediate advantage of this, hitting The Big Show with a baseball bat on the outside. Once he was done with the bat, he nailed Big Show with his own belt, but when he tried to hit him again, The Big Show ducked and smacked him in the face. He threw him across ringside, and then Miz tripped up on his bat, which allowed Big Show to hit him with the belt a couple of times. Miz escaped though and ran away, ran out of the ringside area and into the crowd. The Big Show caught Miz and tried to drag him back, but the Miz struggled out and nailed Big Show with a couple of moves before the Big Show was able to reverse again, nailing a fireman's carry. Big Show then nailed a huge power slam in the crowd area on the Miz and then smashed his head into the concrete and stepped on him. However, the Miz was proving to be a bit tough. He reversed, threw the Big Show about and hit him with a neck breaker on the concrete floor. After smashing Big Show with a chair a few times, The Miz took the opportunity to walk away. Once again, The Big Show caught him, and this time he was pissed off and threw The Miz about, hitting him with a Russian leg sweep and then a massive chair shot. But The Miz once again reversed, and this time instead of walking away, he ran away. This time when The Big Show caught Miz, he was ready. He took Big Show down a couple of times and then took him onto the announce desk where he drove his head all the way through it. Miz pinned him and hoped for the best, and the best actually happened this time. At like the 4th attempt, The Miz won the world title from The Big Show. Backstage, Edge bumped into the man that eliminated him from that Intercontinental title battle royal, AJ Styles, and Edge attacked him, hitting him with a DDT on the concrete and threw him into several objects, including the door of the locker room, which burst open. And Edge continued his attack in there, nailing him first with chair shots, then throwing him into one of the changing areas, and then powerbombing him into the changing area, which was pretty vicious. Once Styles was back up, Edge smashed him with a spear and claimed victory according to the computer. It was now time for our main event, and because we can have 8 people in the ring now, we have a Survivor Series match. It's Raw versus SmackDown with Braun Strowman, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, the former NXT champion representing Raw. Meanwhile, representing SmackDown, we had Shinsuke Nakamura and all 3 members of the New Day. Let's get it on. It would be Braun Strowman and Shinsuke Nakamura starting this one. Strowman took the initial advantage of an elbow to the back of the head and a big spine buster before tagging into Ambrose, and Ambrose got reversed straight away. Nakamura throwing him into the corner, and then he and Big E hit some double teamness. Big E hit Ambrose with a spine buster and a powerbomb, but when he went for a slam, Ambrose would reverse and hit Big E with a tornado DDT before tagging into Finn Balor, who hit a few big moves of his own before Nakamura tagged in and kicked him in the face. He then tagged into Kofi Kingston, who hit a DDT and an elbow drop. Finn Balor was able to reverse the next move and quickly move the action to his corner, and after a forearm he tagged into Seth Rollins and they hit some double teamness, a nasty one at that. As soon as Seth Rollins tried to hit a move though, he was reversed by Kofi Kingston, who then nailed him with a neckbreaker and the boom drop. Kofi Kingston saw victory and went for Trouble in Paradise, but it was reversed by Seth Rollins and he hit a swing blade. Seth Rollins then hit a Falcon Arrow and kneed Kofi Kingston in the face so hard that it busted him open. Kingston tagged into Xavier Woods, who took the advantage by taking advantage of Seth Rollins missing an enziguri. He hit Rollins with several moves, which bust him open too, and then hit an honor roll. The New Day were about to hit some double teamness when Seth Rollins reversed, threw Woods into the corner, and they hit some double teamness of their own with Finn Balor. Woods tagged into Big E and Finn Balor hit him with a dropkick and a massive DDT brainbuster before tagging back into Rollins, who hit him with his knee finisher and pinned him. Big E was the first man to be eliminated. The match continued with Dean Ambrose and Kofi Kingston in the ring. Kingston hit a neck breaker and a monkey flip before jumping to the top rope and hitting a crossbody. Kingston nailed Dean Ambrose with a Trouble in Paradise, tagged into Shinsuke Nakamura, who hit a fireman's carry into a neckbreaker and a Kinshasa to take Dean Ambrose out, pin him and turn the match back into a 3-on-3. Nakamura hit a flying dropkick on Seth Rollins and drove several knees into the side of his head. Eventually, though, Rollins would reverse, but instead of hitting anything else after that, he went to the outside and picked up a chair, frustratedly smashing Nakamura into the head with it and getting himself disqualified, leaving Team Raw with only 2 men. With Nakamura down from the chair shot, Finn Balor went for the pin, but Nakamura kicked out a 1, so Balor hit him with a brainbuster, but eventually it would lead to some double teamness, hitting him from the New Day. Xavier Woods hit Balor with a Hurricane Rana from the top rope and went for the pin. Balor, though, pressed Y for resiliency. Woods tagged in Nakamura, who quickly got kicked in the face by Balor. Balor then nailed him with a shotgun dropkick and the coup de grace, and Finn Balor was able to eliminate Shinsuke Nakamura, leaving the match back at 2-on-2. Balor and Braun hit some gravity-defying double teamness before Braun Strowman took control, dropping Kofi Kingston onto the top rope and nailing him with a running power slam, eliminating him with ease. Strowman waited for Xavier Woods, smashed him with a running attack and then beat him down, and once he was back up, he slammed him. And then when he was up after that, he slammed him once again, but his second slam was the running power slam, and Xavier Woods had no way of surviving that. The winners, Team Raw, the survivors, Braun Strowman and Finn Balor, although the rest of the team came to celebrate after as well. And we're done for another What Happened on My Universe mode! Raw's next. Like and subscribe.